Hey everyone, I'm Aaron Loring Davis with realestateframe.com. We're an information and software company for real estate. And today I have with me Erica Ramus. She's the owner and broker of Schuylkill Real Estate in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And we're going to talk a little bit about the issues that are contained within getting everything in the same place. Your documents, your faxes, your emails, your transaction coordination. It seems to be a pain point, so to speak. I know it was for me, and Erica's going to give us some tips. So, Erica, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Aaron, how are you?
Good, doing really well, thanks. So, tell me a little bit about um, how you got into bringing everything online and getting it all in one place. Tell me a little bit about how that sort of came about.
Well, we have a small office, and it became a little bit frustrating when you're working on transactions and you're at home at night and realize you don't have a seller's disclosure, or someone asks you to email something, or you're in the car and you don't have the appropriate forms with you. So I started a couple years ago trying to find the ideal system where I would work some sort of intranet for our company. And again, we have a small company, so I don't have the huge the number or the ability to have a giant system or somebody programming my own intranet.
Sure.
So I
And
tried.
how many people are in your office?
We have 6 with us in the office.
Okay.
I wanted an intranet where they could log in from home. The agents were over time spending more and more time at home and not sitting at their desks. So why shouldn't we work up a system where they can do what they want at their home office and yet have all the tools right in front of them when they want them? And so the cloud movement over the past couple of years has been incredible and has just helped us move everything possible into a place, password protected, where our agents can get exactly what they want when they want it, no matter if they're on the road or at home or in the office.
Sure. Now, one real quick distinction. You and I are privy to what the cloud is, so to speak. But for some folks that might not know, what exactly is the cloud? Where is the cloud?
I know. An agent asked me that recently. She said, "You're going to hook me up to the cloud, right?" But the cloud is out there. It's this place where you are storing documents remotely, not on
Sure.
your server, but it's out there and it's in a safe place, we hope, where we can go and retrieve our documents and get what we need, and then they go away again.
Sure.
It's kind of, I guess it's an ephemeral concept, but it's just remote storage.
Sure. Sure. Okay. All right. So you were trying to get you needed an internet. You wanted to get everything organized and consolidated. Um, and then your main source now, and I'm sure it's progressed and evolved to some degree over time, but your main resources now are what?
Well, we started out by creating Google accounts. So everybody in the office has a Gmail account, a Gmail address, and a Google account. And that was our first step. I tried to create a Google intranet, because there is a way to do that, but I didn't like the system.
Right.
So we have an office account. Everybody has their own personal account, but we also have an office account that everybody has the address to and a password. And on that office account, we store documents that the agents will need frequently. And in Google Docs, you can create Word-like documents or upload Word-like documents. Things like walkthrough, pre-settlement walkthrough, or our fees that we charge when we're doing a rental unit. Uh, we make them into Google Docs, or we upload a PDF, and then 10 o'clock at night, you can go grab that document and email it to whoever you want.
Sure. And at that point, it's just a template.
Right, exactly. And
Easy.
an
Okay.
invoice template for people who want to invoice their sellers or their buyers for something. It's very easy. And we also have a photo component to the site as well, Picasa. So let's say an agent goes out and takes 20 pictures of their new listing. They could email them to the office, but that could be a pain because you have upload capacities and the email gets bounced back because you had too many photos.
Sure.
So we tell them to upload to the Google site, and you share with the secretary or share with the broker, whoever you want, and when we're doing the marketing, we just go in and download them off the site. So
Yeah.
it's faster and easier, and it's all in one place.
Very good. I tell you one thing, one feature, and I just encourage, especially my mom and dad, because they they don't use the internet quite like I do. But after losing my phone a couple times and not always syncing it quite as frequently as I probably should have, and getting a Gmail account to where it was wirelessly syncing my calendar, my contacts, was crucial. And, because your contacts are everything, and so just to rely on having that phone, dropping it in some piece of water, lose it, what have you, the syncing of just my contacts alone seemed to be like a great, the Gmail was a great tool. The other thing that I've really found that's great about it is it doesn't matter what kind of computer I access it from or what kind of mobile. If I'm out of the country, if I'm traveling, what have you, I can always get to my Gmail account no matter where I am. So that's great. Well, do you use any other tools in addition to Gmail or the Google Suite?
Over the past couple of years, we've tried several, but the only one that everybody in the office has agreed that they love and that we're working with is a program called Solve 360. It's made by a corporation called Narada, and I believe they're out of Canada. But
Okay.
if you go to the website, it's narada.com. And what it is, it's a totally unique CRM program that is really suited for teams. So it's not going to be perfect for every office, not going to be perfect for every person, but it has contacts as a component. So you type your contacts in. It has this concept called blogs, and a blog is not a written form of communication like you would think blogging. A blog is a document that you create about anything you want. And if you think about it, a blog is a room. So you create a blog for your new listing, and you enter the seller's information, and you start typing. You upload the listing contract, the seller's disclosure. You upload the pictures, whatever you want about this, and then you take notes. Every time you call that seller, you can type a note. Called Joe, told him the property is dirty,
Sure.
needs to be cleaned. And then, if you think about it, each blog is a room, and you can allow people access to the room or not.
So it's private.
It's private,
Sure.
and we have blogs that are office for the whole office, such as our rental paperwork or our office paperwork. Those are, each one is a blog. But then there are private rooms. For a listing I received today, I may be the only one that wants access to that room, or that should have access to that room. The mortgage documents, how much they owe, things like that. If I go on vacation and someone in my office is going to cover for me, I'm going to open that door up and allow another member of the office in.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's
really
great.
weird. It is a concept I have never seen in any other program.
And the name again?
It's called Solve 360.
Like SOLVE 360.com?
I think so. When I log in, I go to narada.com, but I think if you Google Solve 360, it's going to come up.
Okay.
And it's not a real estate only program. However, it can be used in engineering. Anybody who's working on a project. You can also allow your sellers and your buyers and your mortgage people access by allowing them access to certain pieces of the blog or certain rooms.
Sure.
And you can share and email them the feedback that comes in on the showings or what somebody said. So it takes a little while to get used to, but for me in our office, it really is neat. It's a neat thing to be able to share the information selectively.
Sure. Now, do you have any material interest in this company?
No.
Okay. Full disclosure. Yeah.
I stumbled upon it, and it is not a real estate only company. I think people who are working creative, people who are maybe in ad agencies, things like that, they're using this.
Sure.
But I stumbled upon it, I think online on a blog, somebody was talking about they're a leasing manager for some large rental company where they have maybe 100 units. And they were talking about how they created a blog for each building. And they allowed people, they could upload their contact list, their tenants. Tenants would come and go from the buildings, and they would have all the information. And so it's a definite niche.
Sure.
And it takes some time to set up. It's not like Top Producer where it's real estate only and it's set up and ready to go. You have to take your time and create your templates. But I've actually found people in the system on the forums who have shared with me some of their stuff, and we just collaborate.
Sure. Now that's sort of a good segue. Top Producer is really popular. They're a big company. They've got tons and tons of users across the United States and presumably the world. Why not Top Producer?
I did try Top Producer twice, and I found it unwieldy. I think any system is good as long as you use it. You can buy all the tools in the world and spend as much as you want, but if you don't open the program and use it, it's useless.
Right.
So I found Top Producer. I tried it for 6 months the first time, and I dropped it. Then about 2 years after that, I thought maybe I'm now suited to it. I came back, hated it. I just found myself dreading opening up the program. I found it unwieldy, bloated, and it didn't suit my needs. So I've tried other things. I've tried Realty Juggler. I tried, I can't even remember all the different things I've tried. Agent Suite or something like that, for the name. And I've dumped every one of them after the trial. But this one was not real estate related, and for some reason it felt right.
Sure. Well, Google makes a world-class suite of software for sure, and theirs is free. What does Solve 360 cost?
I think the base
you don't mind
price
me asking?
is about I believe it's $40, $39.99 a month.
And that's for your whole office can use it?
You can have up to 3 users, and then it's an extra $10 a month for each additional user.
Okay.
So if I have 6 people on it, I'm under $100, and as long as everybody's using the system, we're good. And the funny thing is, I had an agent send me a blasting email a couple nights ago. He was so mad. Something happened at night. It was 10 o'clock, and he had to get in the car and drive 20 minutes to the office. And I sent him a text right back saying, why wasn't it on for Solve 360?
Right.
If that document was on Solve 360, he never would have had to get in the car.
Right. That might be the title of this video, tired of getting up at 10 o'clock to go to the office? Because we've all done it. We've all done it. And you forgot to send that fax.
Forgot to send it a lender for the closing that's going to happen at 9 a.m.
Right.
And
so I like to end these videos with some sort of action item. There's a lot of folks out there, they're getting all this information. People are sharing good stuff online, but I think it's really helpful if we can share what can someone do today. Maybe Solve 360 is a little bit more robust than an individual needs today, and it takes a little bit more training. But what can someone do today to begin to consolidate their efforts and get all their jazz in the same place?
I think the first thing you have to do is get a Google account. If you do not have one, it's free. There's no reason why you can't have your name at google.com. Just make up a Google account. Secondly, you need to have one of those systems for faxing where people can fax you so that the documents come into your email account. I use myfax.com, but there's Fax Central. There's all kinds of fax programs. They cost about $10 a month.
Okay.
So I even fax myself when I'm at the office, because when you fax yourself a document, it comes into your email as a PDF. And then what you have to do is you create filters. It takes 5 minutes. I have a filter that says every time I get a MyFax fax, it's going into the MyFax folder.
Right.
So you're going to look for a seller's disclosure from 3 months ago. It's in there.
Right.
It's not anywhere.
It's a great place to keep that paper trail as well. Right?
Yep, I fax myself contracts, and then you can email them to the lenders. You can email them to the buyers and sellers, and then you can upload them to Google Docs or Solve 360, and they're there at your fingertips.
Right.
And that's $10 a month. So you need to have some sort of way to get things as PDFs quickly. And yes, you can scan, but I've found that the quality of a fax into me can be better than a scan or better than a poorly done scan.
Sure. Sure.
So those are the first two things. And then the last thing is just use what system works for you and that you're going to open every morning. Because if you
Sure.
don't open it, you're paying for nothing.
That's right. That's right. And so to summarize, get a Gmail account. It literally takes less than 3 or 4 minutes, and begin to start using that. Get some sort of fax software. I'm sure many of them have free trials that you can try and test and see which one works for you. And the last, of course, is to use the darn thing, right?
Yep.
Got it. Erica, if somebody wants to find out a little bit more about yourself and your brokerage and how you guys are doing things, if maybe they got a question or something, is there a good place to find you guys online or to connect with you guys?
Probably the best thing to do, it's Schuylkill Real Estate is our website, SchuylkillRealestate.com. Nobody can spell Schuylkill, so just Google Erica Ramus. Just Google my name and I'm going to come up. I'm on Active Rain. I'm one of the top bloggers on Active Rain, so it's easy to find me.
Wow, okay. Great. Great. Well, I really, really appreciate you spending some time with me and for the viewers. And I think people will find real value in it.
Thanks for asking.
You got it. Thanks again. Take good care.
Okay, see ya.
Bye now.